Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to show you how to shoot your rifle the right way. So if you haven't already, go check out how to shoot a handgun video. I've walked you through the way that I shoot a handgun, which is kind of like a common way. I know there might be adjustments here and there for different people in different situations, but I show you how to properly shoot a handgun, and today I'm going to show you how to properly shoot a rifle. So kind of feeding off of my handgun video, we want to make sure we have a good stance first. And so what does that look like? Well, we want our base to be as solid, and I don't know if y'all can hear me over that truck, but hopefully y'all can. They're doing some construction out here on the range, which is great to see, but hopefully y'all can hear me. All right, so the first thing we want to do is make sure we have a proper stance. All right, so what should our stance look like? Well, we should be shoulder width apart. I want to have my left foot in front and my right foot in the back. And I'm right-handed, and so this is the setup or the way I'm going to stand when I shoot my rifle. It's because it gives me balance and a solid foundation when I'm shooting. If I was to stand with both feet in the same alignment, then if someone was to come push me, I would start tilting. But if I got a foot back and they push me, I can have my base solid and I probably won't go anywhere. The other thing about my stance is I want a slight bend in my knees. If I stand up straight, for me, locking my knees out just doesn't feel comfortable at all. And I know there's some science behind that too, but I like to have a bend in my knee and I like to lean forward. I like to have my toe or my nose over my front toe. And so this is the first step. You want to have a great stance. Your stance is like this. It's probably pretty solid. If you are standing here, it's probably not that solid. You're gonna be like, you're not gonna have a good base. You're not gonna have sturdiness. So when you do shoot your rifle in this format, the recoil is bound to push you back and to push you back and to push you back. And then you're gonna constantly be adjusting your steps anyway. When the recoil does push you back, our natural instinct is to step back to catch ourselves. Well, if we're gonna naturally do that, why don't we just start out that way? And so left foot forward, right foot backward, slight bend in my knees, I'm leaning forward, and that's the stance I want to have. When it comes to the gun, this gun has a sling on it, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it around me. And the first thing I want to do when shooting a gun is I want to grip it as high up as I can. Now, there's all sorts of grips and things for your rifles. So to each his own, get familiar with your grips. I want to make sure my middle finger is right here up under the trigger guard. And then I want to make sure my index finger is on the outside of the trigger guard until I'm ready to shoot. And then my other three fingers are wrapping around the grip. Unlike a handgun, rifles are so much easier to shoot because you have way more points of contact. So here's one point of contact that I have. My sling actually could be another point of contact because of the resistance I have on my sling. My second point of contact is going to be my support hand. So whether you have a vertical grip on here or you don't, you can either grip on your vertical grip or you can grip on your handrail. This is a 16-inch rifle that has a stock. So my other third point of contact is going to be my shoulder. So I'm going to push my rifle into my shoulder. That way, if I was to let go of my shooting hand, my rifle is still there because I have a good firm grip and I'm pushing it back into my shoulder. So contact 1, contact 2, contact 3, and the fourth contact is my face on the gun. And really it's just my cheek on my stock. And that makes for a better, firm hold on my rifle. The reason I'm sharing this is because I just see people shooting their rifles the wrong way. And I think there's several different right ways to shoot your rifle, but there's also wrong ways to shoot your rifle. And what I've seen, and I'm trying to help the people, what I've seen is people will hold their rifle, you know, with the 4 points of contact. Well, maybe not all 4. They'll have the shooting hand, the support hand, and then the shoulder part will be wrong. They'll have the gun down here. And let me just show you without the sling. The gun will be down here. like literally right up under my armpit, when it really should be up tight on my shoulder. Let me give you a different angle. All right, so I want my rifle to be right here in the groove of my shoulder. If it's down here, it does me no good. And the reason why it does me no good is because it's not as supportive there as it is here. But then also when I get ready to do my fourth point of contact, which is my cheek, now I gotta go way down here to look down my red dot. Like, that's just very uncomfortable. If I have to shoot like this, like, I don't even know how people shoot like that. It kind of baffles me a little bit. So get your rifle up high and get your cheek on the stock, look down your red dot, okay? The other thing I like to do is I like to tuck my elbow in, like right by my side. That way everything is very tight, and I'm gonna shoot my gun as accurate as I can. I don't really do my elbow out like this. It just don't feel comfortable. I don't even feel like I got a good hold on the gun. Even though I'm pushing it back into my shoulder, like shooting out like this, it don't feel good to me. So I get my gun, my rifle, I push it into my shoulder, and I tuck my elbow, and I have my stance ready. I'm leaning forward, and then I'm ready to shoot. And that's all it is to shoot a rifle. Shooting a rifle is way easier than shooting a handgun. Now, this is going to be a .223 caliber. This is my Sugar Weasel by Q. We're gonna shoot .223 today, or 5.56, can't remember which one it is. But granted, there are other calibers like .308, 6.5 Creedmoor, some of those heavier rounds that could cause your shoot to be a little bit more, or have a little bit more of a kick, but that just comes with the round. But the stance and the way to shoot the rifle is still the same. We wanna make sure everything is there and we can see. One other thing that I like to do on my guns, and I really haven't done it on this one, but my optic does sit a little higher. This is a 6-hour Romeo 5. Sorry if y'all hear the trucks. But this is a 6-hour Romeo 5 that's a little bit elevated. And on rifles and even on PCCs, I wanna make sure that my red dot has some type of elevation to it. That way, when I come up to shoot, I'm right here and I can see right down my red dot. If I have to go here and then tuck, my red dot is too low. So that's one thing to consider. Like, make sure you just get risers or some type of elevation piece to lift your red dot up. That way you're not having to go like this to look down your red dot. As soon as you bring it up, it's right there at your eye level anyway. All right, that's how you shoot a rifle. Told you, it's short. This video is gonna be shorter than my handgun because it just is a little bit easier to shoot a rifle. Obviously, trigger press, you wanna make sure you're familiar with your trigger, know exactly where your wall is. Don't let your shot surprise you. Know where your wall is, know when the reset is gonna happen, and make sure you pull your trigger with the meat of your finger. You don't wanna pull it with the entire finger in the trigger guard because it could cause you to pull right. And then if you pull with just the tip of your finger, it'll cause you to pull left. All right, so let's put all that together and let's shoot our rifle the correct way. All right, so let's get our mag out. You're gonna put your mag in, you wanna smack it and make sure that it's in there. You're gonna tug on it to make sure it's in. I'm going to put it on. Now, there's a couple ways that you can chamber around into your rifle. You can pull your charging handle, or you can drop your bolt release. So on my Sugar Weasel here, take this back off and show y'all. I install the mag pull bad lever on here. So it goes across all the way to the trigger guard. That way, when I'm ready to drop my bolt, all I do is hit this action with my index finger of my shooting hand and the bolt drops. So I'll show you that real quick. All right, so I'll open up the bolt. This is my charger handle. My bolt is open. So I'm gonna chamber around by dropping, using my bad lever, I'm gonna drop the bolt. All right, so it dropped. The other way you can do it is rack your charger handle. All right, so I insert my mag, give it a good smack, And then I pull my charging handle and I release it quickly, because if you do it too slow, it's not gonna chamber the round correctly. So I'm gonna pull it back and it's gonna go forward. All right, we're ready to shoot. I'm gonna take my gun off of safety. I'm gonna make sure my stance is appropriate. I'm gonna lean forward. I'm gonna get my 4 points of contact, and I'm ready to shoot. And that's how you shoot a rifle. It's that easy. As you can see, as the recoil is coming back, I got such a firm foundation and a firm base that it's not rocking me back and forth. You see a little movement, but not compared to something like this. Like I'm literally on my heels and my toes are coming up because the recoil is pushing me back. So I want to make sure I have a good stance front and back for both legs. And then I'm ready to. And if you shoot that fast, obviously it's gonna rock you and you're gonna be on your heels a little bit, but nothing compared to being here trying to shoot fast. All right, so guys, that's how you shoot a rifle. Hopefully y'all learned something today and you were able to take something away from, properly shooting a rifle. Just trying to be effective is the goal here today. Obviously, shooting it the wrong way can cause certain things to happen that you don't want to happen. And so that's why I'm bringing this video, so that you all know, or if you didn't know, that the correct way to shoot the rifle is gonna help you be more effective in the long run. What we don't wanna see is, and we also don't wanna be leaning back. I forgot to mention that. If we like this, y'all saw how the recoil was taking me. If you're like this, it's gonna take you even further back. And then now look where your gun is going, up. And you're definitely not gonna hit your target that way. Oh, I mentioned this in my handgun video, but ladies, we gotta cut our nails. We have to cut our nails. I know that's gonna upset some of y'all, I get my nails done. I do too. I get my nails done too. But what I do, what I'm conscious of is making sure they're short enough that they don't interfere with me trying to get into my trigger guard and pull my trigger. I did have an instance early on in my journey when my nails were a little bit longer than they needed to be, and I tried to get into my trigger guard and my nail got caught right where the mag well is, and I couldn't get in there fast enough. Not in a defensive situation, just at the range shooting. And I just learned a lesson. If I'm gonna be a female shooting, there's certain things I have to adapt to, whether it be my grooming, whether it be my attire, any of those things. As a female, sometimes we have to adapt, and that's one of the things I had to adapt to, which was cutting my fingernails. So guys, that is how you shoot a rifle. It's nothing more, nothing less. Obviously, go down in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you shoot a rifle. Let me know some things you would add to what I've said today. I know I missed some things, but overall, this is the information I want to share with you today. And hopefully y'all can take something from it and, improve your stance, improve your trigger pull, and improve your points of contact. Whatever it is that you need to adjust, make sure you adjust so that you can be as accurate as you can with this beautiful machine. All right, y'all, until next time, stay armed, stay safe, and stay vigilant. Peace.